What is going on, my mechanic? Thank you for purchasing the Math Mechanic Surron voltmeter. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install it. You are going to need some tools. Going to need a number 4 Allen. You'll need something to round out your stock battery plate, possibly some heat shrink, and this install is going to take about 10 minutes. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to grab your number 4 Allen key here, and we're going to remove this battery plate. So once you get your battery plate disconnected here, you're going to unplug your existing USB, and then you're going to unplug your ignition and remove that. Once you get the plate removed, what you're going to have to do is take a Dremel and make this a round hole. See, it has these slots here. That's to keep the factory USB aligned. So once you do this, you will be able to fit a standard USB in there. These can be picked up on Amazon, eBay, wherever. Once you guys get the hole rounded out, you can take the gauge that you got. Now, if you look very closely on it, there's a little V that shows up. That's actually the bottom volt, so it's going to be just like this. So you want to get that centered, but you're going to test fit it. Just push down on the sides, and then you're going to line up the V so it's perfectly centered, just like that. All right, so the next part is going to be dependent on what controller you have and if you rearrange any of the wires or anything like that. But on every bike, on a even with non-bypassed or bypass, you're going to have this gray plug. This plug comes from the power harness up into the male portion of it, and this is what supplies the bike power to your step down, so you have your horn, your lights, and accessories, and so forth. So you might have to loosen up the controller to just get the whole thing forward to see this plug, because it is zip tied up on the side. You might be able to get to it from the top part here as well. But anyways, you're gonna see this plug. You're gonna unplug it. Now again, make sure the bike is off. Once you plug in the Y harness into the controller side, now this is the cable that's coming up from the positive negative, and you'll get the first gray plug. So you're gonna unplug that, plug in the male portion of my supplied Y harness. The other side is a female, so that's gonna plug into your gauge up top. The other one is gonna plug into the bike. Now this is gonna give the bike power to then step down your battery voltage to the 12 volt system here. So let's get this plugged in. So once you have everything plugged in and tucked up in here, now I'm just using it on the external for demonstration purposes. Your gauge will be on when you turn the key. If you have a non-bypassed bike with the air switch, it will come on with the key. If you don't have the air switch and you're running a bypass battery, like I am, there is another way to hook the gauges up. How I have it wired is from the gauge coming out of the controller, it's connected there. Now on my battery side, I have the charging port. Now that's protected by my BMS. So out of the charging port, I have it going to the 12 volt step down to my bike. Now, if I have it hooked up this way, if anything happens to the cells, if they get over temperature, under voltage, anything like that, it will actually turn off my charge side, which then turns off my bike. So that's cool. Doing it this way, to get these gauges off, you have to physically unplug the battery. All right guys, I'm also going to provide a little bit of heat shrink tubing for you. If you are not going to use your USB port, some people are going to replace it with a motorcycle style USB port. If you do that, just make all your connections underneath here and then run it out with the rest of your cables here, and then you can tuck it right up in here, and if you need it, pull it out and plug in your USB. So that's what I'm going to use. But if you're not going to use your USB port, just put that aside. Take some of the provided heat shrink tubing and slip it over the connections there and shrink that up. That way, none of those live connections there are going to touch anything on the frame, and it will be waterproof. So that's it, guys. You just installed the voltmeter on your Surron. Hope you guys like it. I use it all the time if I'm out on the road and I don't have my phone on my bike, or if you're like me, I don't have a screen. I just want to look down and see the voltage. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions, comment below, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.